Hello, and welcome to the world premiere first ever episode of Gears League, an Xbox podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Tyler Bello.
And this is Betyl Kasse.
This is Koul Malou.
Will you get the fuck off your phone?
But I need my phone.
God, I hate you. Anyway.
2019 is fine.
So, for our first ever episode, I feel like we'll just take some time to get to know each other because we're the most interesting people on the planet. So, yeah. I'm going to start with you, Betyl. So, what have you been playing? What do you like to play? What are you into? What's your favorite porn? And that part could be later.
Right now, most of the things I've been focusing my time on has been Rocket League. I've been dabbling a little bit in Rainbow Six Siege, but besides that, yeah, I've been focusing on some ranked games, and it's kind of taken up a lot of my time. But
like ranked Siege then, or like, fair enough. What rank are you on that?
I'm not ranked this season. I'm working like in unranked, but last season I was in silver.
Silver, gotcha. So on a scale from basic to I'm not basic, is silver just like the middle one, or what did it go?
You know how to play the game, but you get outplayed sometimes.
Oh, fair enough. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. I know I've heard a lot about Siege. It's changed a lot over its last 4 or 5 years on the market. Mm-hmm. So the game landed with like a resounding thud, and it seems like it's picked up a lot of steam though since. So yeah, that's cool. So you're playing Rocket League. What do you normally play? Like, what do you like? If you weren't like right now, what game would it take to get you out of playing Siege? Basically,
I think Ghost Recon might be that game. I've been hearing a lot about that. Meaning to get into it, but I just haven't picked it up yet. But I've heard really good reviews so far. I just can't wait to test it out, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Koul Malou. It's awesome because you can be drunk, drowning, or autistic.
We don't know what your feelings are today, so.
Oh man, there's a fly. Of course there is. I have a thing for this situation. Quick, flash water.
Did you just
Solved.
crazy?
Nope, you landed back on the mic.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're really picking up the fly with your finger.
That would have been cool. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Koul, what are you playing now? Or what are you trying to play?
So, let's go with the trying to play. I've been trying to play Borderlands 3 because I like the humor and the characters and just the personality of the games. But as you know, you can have a super PC, but then you end up playing MOBA games. So I've been playing a lot of League of Legends. Some of my friends are trying to go back into rank, so getting back into Plat and Diamond because we have some tournaments coming up. But right now I'm trying to play Borderlands 3 and then getting ready for Death Stranding. So I have to go buy a whole console, so I'll be a console peasant. So I got to dabble in that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to play and just waiting on that game. So
yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. So yeah, basically me and Koul mainly PC, and then you're actually like mainly on Xbox, right? Betyl, yeah.
Exactly.
So
The better console.
the better
console.
Yeah, I think we're still all dialed into the Xbox ecosystem, so I think it's fair to call this an Xbox podcast. But yeah, we mainly just since with Game Pass being on PC now too, it just makes a lot of sense. And all the exclusives come to PC anyway, so it's like it makes sense. So yeah, I mainly play on PC. Mainly right now, I've been playing Gears 5 because I'm a true Xbox fanatic. You know, I'm a true believer. You know, believer. No, but
Stuck with him this long.
Unlike you heretics.
I'm actually about to bounce out. I'm about to finish the battle pass on that right now, and so then after that, I'm gonna hop on to Destiny 2. That just came to Steam. That'll be pretty awesome. But as far as in the Xbox world, for exclusives, I think it's kind of like bare bones until the next console comes out, right? Like it seems like they're just kind of deathly quiet.
Yeah, they don't want or really need to drop anything else right now.
Right.
They're doing so well. At this point, they don't need to drop anything new or get anybody hyped until their console comes out. And at that point, that's going to make the game a lot more interesting.
For sure. I feel like right now, like the generation definitely went well for Xbox, but I think it's no secret that they lost hard compared to PlayStation 4. So I feel like I think the focus is keep making Game Pass excellent, keep focusing on that, and then next year, all these studios they acquired like 2 or 3 years ago are just going to be, I feel like they're just going to be dropping bombshell after bombshell. And I feel like PlayStation, it seems like we've heard everything from the major studios. Like The Last of Us, that's going to come out just before PS5. So that's going to be a PS4 game. So are you really going to buy a PS5 to get the remastered version? Right? You know, so I kind of think that next generation Xbox, at least out the gate, is going to be in a good position. Doesn't mean they're going to win, because I feel like the fanboys and PlayStation go strong. But yeah, I don't know. This could be interesting. But
no, I do agree on the whole the platform of the Xbox and the Game Pass, because I, for one, always bought every system just so I can play one game or the other. But I think Xbox is kind of doing something awesome, because you and I, Tyler, being PC gamers, it's kind of nice to have the Game Pass. Like, hey, you know what? My friends only have an Xbox, but I can game with them if I have my Xbox physically with them. But I can turn around and play the high end of the same game. So having the Game Pass, I think, is pretty unique. And just like you guys said about Xbox not revealing everything until the next gen, it does put them in a better position, because you don't want to play all your cards at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
And just imagine this. Imagine the console launches with a bundle of like a year of Game Pass, something like that, with all these new games out day one on Game Pass or something nuts like that. Like,
yeah, I think that would be pretty unique.
That gets me hard.
Gets me hard when I think about it.
So, yeah, man, I think that'll be pretty cool.
Wish they just gave us some sneak peeks or something about it. I
Right.
just want to know what it does.
Have you seen like the dev kits of the PS5? That V?
Oh, no, they're so ugly.
That will definitely not
like,
be the
they
console.
copyrighted
but,
those, like, just because, why not, honestly?
Right.
Just their designs that they could use, but they won't use, I hope to God, because...
Makes it seem like we're in a game of Tron or something.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not about the consoles anymore. It's just about the design.
Yeah, it'll be like the world's worst thing ever, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fair enough. But yeah, so I think that brings us to the main. So pretty much the main way I plan to have this podcast going is we'll talk about obviously what we're playing. I mean, introductions ran a little long today, obviously, because we just this is like the
We're
first
just
podcast.
awesome like that. We're just,
yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll head into the news next here, and we're done with the news because there's no fucking news.
But
Literally, yeah. The only thing I think is really going on is in Xbox specific news is the Outer Wilds launched, and I don't even know if that launched in Game Pass, did it? I know Outer Worlds is going to launch in Game Pass.
It is not, but I'm assuming it'll be added, because they've been adding everything.
Right,
So
exactly. Okay.
Just take my money, please.
So fair
These
enough.
games.
Wait, well, after the news segment that will normally be, we'll probably come up with like, I think what we're going to do is try just having different topics we're going to bring to the table, and then kind of just dive balls deep into those topics. So I think you had mentioned something cool about the Fortnite thing that's been going on. So I can't stand Fortnite. I hate it. I mean, I like playing it like when I'm getting kills, I suppose, and I don't know. I died. I don't have the motivation to play another match. Like, that's basically my.
Like, I don't know, I get into moods where I just kind of start playing. Usually I have a friend that actually plays it religiously, and that usually helps. Because I'll help him with his challenges, even though I don't care about mine. And as soon as I start to play, I get a couple headshots off. Once you hit a couple, like 3 to 4 like sniper headshots, and you realize, oh, you actually can aim pretty decent. Like, it starts to, I don't know, it's satisfying. Because like, you get these kills, and I don't know, it just sucks you in. But with the changes that they're adding, they're getting rid of, or I guess they're not really getting rid of all of them, but it's less grind. So I'm assuming a majority of the game isn't going to be surrounded by the whole idea of, hey, do this tiny thing, get this achievement, and you build those up to get some sort of item. Which, I mean, is a good system, but at the same time, I understand that, I mean, there's more lawsuits coming out that Fortnite's super addictive.
I feel like it's ridiculous to be sued for a product that's too good.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I feel like
it doesn't make sense. To that
we
point,
like
it's
your
the
stuff,
consumer.
but we want the money. Yeah.
The people that are getting mad are the parents, but at the end of the day, it's their job to make sure their kids aren't playing
Right,
Xbox or
right.
anything.
I feel like it's just like I don't give a fuck about my kid. I'm gonna try to give a fuck about my kid. Now my kid's not talking to me because he's playing Fortnite for these 3 seconds. I hate him. It's the game's fault.
For these 3 seconds, I hate him.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going through that whole black hole thing. So you're saying they're revamping the challenges to make them kind of.
So, it's hard to explain because I just saw like a little clip about
Right.
the whole thing, and it kind of seems like they're. I mean, even right here, like they label it more fun, less grind, and they're just.
Fair enough.
So there's still a battle pass. So there's still challenges,
Right.
but it's more focused on probably more like other stuff.
So like, there's like I know a couple of the challenges were like the one was like, go from this end of the map to this end of the map like 3 times like that, and then like all right, eat like I don't know. Some of them were kind of ridiculous.
Open 3 ammo boxes within 30 seconds of landing.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it's in the stupid stuff that people end up doing over time.
Right.
And
So I feel like with something like that, I feel like that takes like the fun out of the game because then you're not focused on the entire the formality of the game there or just with the people. That has one loud cracking open of a star. Like I don't even know. That's it's fine. It's fine. But like as I was saying, before Tyler cracked open the Kraken over there.
Sorry, I'm trying to live here. Right?
Yeah, it's fine. I feel like sometimes with games like that, when you grind, it's fun. It's challenging. But when you have like mundane like tasks like that, then you're not really focused on the game. You're just focused on like something like a to-do list,
Right.
Which is fine. And then instead of it being a shooter, you're focusing on like an adventure type of deal. Like for me, I just want to pick it up with my friends, get a couple headshots, get some kills, a little competitive, and then call it a night, go get some pizza. But now that they're trying to advertise, more fun, and it's like, why did you change the formula in the first place? Because I feel like that might have been an issue with people who don't like grinding.
Right.
I mean, it's not a type of game you want to grind all day. There's no story behind it. It's seasons.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's seasons. So
I mean, that's the whole thing, though. There's a whole other game besides the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
They didn't even start off
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
And I, honestly, most of the time, if I hop on there by myself, I'm not playing Battle Royale. I'm playing Save the World.
Right.
Which, it's a little bit different. It's fun. It's definitely, it's the same type of feel. They just allow you to change your abilities, change your actual characters. So your avatar doesn't actually just do nothing by changing them. There's different abilities that come with each.
Right.
Which is a cool thing to have in a game. There's different aspects. It's the same game, but different at the same time.
Right. That makes sense. I like Fortnite's kind of in a unique situation because they're like the pioneers of the battle pass, and I like battle passes traditionally. They're even though I don't really play Fortnite, I like how they've been implemented in other games. Gears, Destiny, and Call of Duty Mobile all have implemented on the battle pass that was started by Fortnite, and I feel like they've innovated a lot on what a battle pass is, and now Fortnite, the original creators of the battle pass, kind of has to be like, oh shit, that was a way better idea. Let's go with those options, So yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
Siege ended up putting, only for this week, but they added a mini battle pass
Right.
just this week, which is interesting. I just thought that was cool. But
It is good. I mean, it's a good way. I think it's great because like Gears, like I've been playing it since launch, and I'm just about to finish the battle pass now for it, and that's gonna give me time to go and grind Destiny's battle pass before the next season starts. For Gears and then for Destiny too. So yeah, man, I like it. All right. So, anyway, Koul, you said you had a topic too you wanted to bring up.
yeah, so the topic is like I said earlier, I like games, and then sometimes I like just putting them away, but then hopping back on. But I feel like with so many titles and AAA games, I feel like sometimes it's hard to sit in front of a console and spend all that time. But it's cool now because with the Switch, I fell in love with that. I mean, I have an amazing PC, I have all the game consoles, but I really find myself picking up the Switch and like playing Super Smash Bros. For a little bit I know some of my friends, but now that the AAA games like The Witcher 3, one of my favorite games of all times, is coming to the Switch, or I don't even know if it's out on the Switch yet, but games like that and then having Diablo 3 on the Switch, that kind of just makes it like change your worlds. Like, are we going back to handhelds? Because sometimes I just want to come home, just, if I get tired, I lay in bed for a little bit, play a video game here, and go to bed. I don't have to sit in front of my couch.
Right.
I think that's pretty unique. So I feel like Nintendo Switch is kind of coming up really fast. And I feel like it's going to sneak up on Xbox and those console games or even PC gamers. So I don't know.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, if you think about it, they helped themselves out by opening themselves up to other companies, like for like game titles. Because before, they only did Nintendo, which like they had an audience, but they were never as strong as they were.
Yeah.
The other consoles.
Here's this console that we only put games on, so here's your new game once every 6 months.
But like now their Play Store, like if you go through their store now, it's insane. Like I remember going through the Wii store, you could go through it in 5 seconds because it scrolled, and then you're at the bottom of the list, you're done.
Yep.
Now, it's hard for me
categorize,
to
and there's you have to manually search and stuff like that.
It really reminds me of like one of these I'm not gonna even say higher, other game consoles, like stores. Like it literally like hand in hand. I even find myself, I'll play Rocket League on my Xbox, get tired, not want to sit on the couch, but I still want to play it. Grab my Switch, and now I'm playing Rocket League in bed.
Exactly.
Which is probably not the best thing for my sleep, but hey,
Who needs sleep? It's 2019.
As soon as Call of Duty Mobile came out, sleep was gone. That's not an option anymore, right? But yeah, no. Third parties didn't give a shit about Wii U. Third parties lost interest easily in Wii. So.
I mean, try to put Call of Duty on.
Exactly.
The only thing is it wasn't a very powerful console, so like you're looking at it compared to Xbox, PlayStation, and then you'd see the Wii version. They downgraded the graphics.
Yeah. It's like the bad toy you don't want to play with and give to your little brother.
The meme was, can I play it on my Wii U? No, you can't fucking play it on your Wii. 480p, right? 13 frames per second, right? Yeah, no,
the Switch is definitely like Nintendo's comeback from the Wii.
It is still comparatively underpowered. Like even Witcher 3 had to take some cuts, but
even with it being underpowered, it's weird that like I really like for most of the time those other consoles, graphics is important.
Right.
When it comes to the Switch, portability aspects kind of beats.
Because the convenience, and then you don't have to like settle or find a specific time. You just grab and go.
Right.
Oh, another thing we forgot to talk about is how classics. Like my wife was just talking about. I think it's Monkey Ball. She loves that game, and it's coming.
I've heard about that. That's really funny.
Yeah, it's coming. It's like classic games like that are coming to the Switch and stuff like that, or remakes. I think that's very important and critical to like old timers who play like Super Nintendo and all that stuff. But I think it's pretty unique that
old timers. Are you old enough to say back in my day?
Back in my days, I was in the jungle running around. It's fine.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay.
Yeah, we could go back like that, but.
But I mean, I gotta give it to Nintendo. I mean, I've been a fan of them. My first console was an N64. Next one was GameCube. Been playing their games forever. But like, when I got the Wii, I wasn't my favorite console. I got a 360 soon after getting the Wii, and I've always had that special place in my heart for Nintendo. But
I think everyone does. Yeah. There's the Nintendo bias and the Nintendo soft spot. Like, But
with the Switch, they really did impress me this time.
I will be impressed when they add an achievement system. I can't.
This guy's achievements.
Let's wait till they incorporate a real party system. Before.
Yeah.
And it's not an app on your smartphone.
A real socialization.
It's a legit app on your smartphone.
I have it downloaded.
I do too. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. He's like, oh, look at that. Yeah.
But some games have done it in. Like Fortnite, you can actually, it's in-game party chat. So you just plug your headphone direct. But who else? You have to be playing handheld and otherwise, because who's going to be sitting there right next to their TV?
Right.
Or wherever your console is docked. But
right. Just facing it away from the TV, yeah. But
the only wireless options I've seen so far have to be plugged into the bottom. So kind of defeats the point. Like
right.
Yeah. But
yeah. I the day they add an achievement system and they say, here's all the Pokemon games from Pokemon Blue and Red all the way up to current gen. They all have achievements, and here's all the Zelda games. They all have achievements. You will not see me play another game for the next 5 years.
Selling them full price?
Yeah, every one of them. I would pay $60 for Pokemon Red and Blue.
Early release.
Nintendo, if you're listening.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Nintendo, you're listening.
Exactly. I will suck your dick. No. Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so anyway, interesting stuff. Speaking of handheld stuff, Call of Duty Mobile, it's just fire. I don't know if you guys have played it yet.
I haven't downloaded it.
It's good. I wish that they would have kept the controller support, but they didn't. So fuck them. But it's still pretty good. But Anyway, any other closing thoughts you guys wanted to give on our maiden voyage of Gears League and Xbox podcast?
I'm excited. I think it has a little nice caveat to this little thing we have here. Not a lot of people talk about them, but just those little innocent chats about games and
Innocent chats.
Yeah,
I like to consider our chats very predatory.
just aggressive and just putting it out there. It's fine.
That's what we should name our the
Stranger
Danger. An Xbox podcast, right?
Stranger Danger. I like it.
But anyway, cool. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully your ears aren't bleeding. They probably are, but
it's fine. Hopefully you have a first aid.
That just means you need to listen to the next episode to solve that problem. Doctor's orders. I'm a doctor. Believe me. Anyway, alrighty. Take care. Deuces.
See you later. Bye.